Hello, hello mọi người. Lại một chủ nhật nữa tới và hôm nay trời ở bên này rất là mát mẻ. Mình dậy sớm và đang ngồi không biết làm gì, có nên chơi bây giờ không hay là để buổi tối chơi hay là buổi trưa chơi. Bây giờ mọi người nhìn mới có 10 giờ thôi. Hôm nay tầm 7 rưỡi mình đã dậy rồi. Đây mình đang cố gắng dậy sớm. Mà thấy dậy sớm đúng là làm việc hiệu quả hơn mọi người ạ. Đúng là tại sao những người nổi tiếng lại dậy sớm. Thì đối với một con cá lười như mình thì dậy sớm sau khi ăn sáng xong, ngủ ăn sáng xong xem thì không biết làm gì, mình cũng hơi lười học ấy. Mà nếu mà lười học, không học thì ngủ thì cũng ngủ rồi, ăn thì cũng ăn rồi, chẳng nhẽ lại ăn nữa thì nó lại béo quay ra. Phim thì cũng xem hết rồi. Thế bây giờ là quyết định là thôi, thế thì chơi game thôi. Dậy thì chơi được game được lâu hơn và chơi được nhiều hơn. Mình vừa mới khai quật em Disco Elysium, một game trinh thám mà các bạn cần phải có vốn tiếng Anh rất khủng thì mới chơi được. Đúng phải rất khủng mọi người ạ, bởi vì game này trời ơi, đến cả một người học tiếng Anh như mình xem nó mình còn thấy kiểu mẹ đau đầu hết cả đầu. Nhiều từ rồi nó cũng nội dung cốt truyện nó một thế giới mà người ta xây dựng rất là công phu, thế cho nên là bạn phải đọc và hiểu rất nhiều. Cái thế giới này người ta còn xây dựng cả gì, cả ôi, mình ai từ từ để mình chỉnh laptop không. Ok, vừa mới phát hiện ra là jack cắm laptop nó bị lỏng mọi người ạ. May quá, không tí nữa chơi được một lúc thì nó toi. um, nói tiếp, cái thế giới trong Elysium này người ta xây dựng rất chỉ là công phu đến cái mức mà người ta còn xây dựng cả một cái lịch sử, rồi tiền tệ riêng, rồi uh, kiểu một vương triều, rồi đảo chính, rồi các phe phái. Nói chung là mình đọc mà mình cũng đau hết cả đầu. Bây giờ mọi người bảo mình tóm tắt thì chắc là mình cũng chả tóm tắt được. Thì mình chỉ nhớ mang máng là, tức là có một ông mà kể cả cái ông thanh tra thì lịch sử câu chuyện ông ấy cũng rất là lòng vòng. Nó tóm lại là một cái một cái gọi là gì, một cái trò chơi nó rất là cốt truyện, nó rất là kinh khủng, nó rất là kinh khủng, cho nên là mình thôi thì bây giờ mình cứ chơi đi nhá. Hôm trước thì mình đã gọi là đi lòng vòng đi khám phá bản đồ, chả chịu làm nhiệm vụ gì cả, phí ơi là phí thời gian. Bây giờ đã rút kinh nghiệm rồi mọi người ạ, không thể ngu như vậy được, mà bây giờ là phải đi làm nhiệm vụ, đi làm nhiệm vụ. Mấy giờ rồi? Ngủ đi, sao không ngủ? Chứ là một tuần chơi rồi không, một tuần chơi mà.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
Nhưng muốn ngủ mà cũng không ngủ được à? Sao, chuyện gì vậy?
And then sleep doesn't come.
Ông này nhiều khi cảm giác ông ấy cũng kiểu có vấn đề ấy. Bây giờ mình có muốn đi tiếp không, để tìm hiểu là vấn đề của ông ấy là gì không, hay là mình đi ngủ? Thôi ngủ
Maybe
đi.
it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. It barely covers your toes, Stretching under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind.
Cái này chỉ là
Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
bị mất ngủ thôi. Ô, bạn nào mà từng bị mất ngủ rồi thì đúng là kiểu đúng vào cái lúc mình đi ngủ thì hàng trăm những cái ý nghĩ là nó cứ gọi là nhấp nháy trong đầu mình. Kiểu hôm sau làm gì, rồi cuộc đời này như thế nào, ABCDZ, rồi thôi no more thought, đúng rồi, bây giờ phải thế này.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your
Đến cái
sleep.
lúc đấy là mọi người là phải không nên gọi là cưỡng lại để đi ngủ, mà là phải thả lỏng, xong cứ để theo cái dòng suy nghĩ nó trôi, thì sau đấy thì mọi người sẽ ngủ được. Đấy là kinh nghiệm của mình. Châu đang ở đâu ấy? Chết, đừng bảo ông này là kiểu có gọi là sức mạnh nhá. Rơi vào cái rồi.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Ồ, mình biết rồi, ông này tên là Harry rồi.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed, Elysium. Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Phải gọi là gì? Phải rất là... từ mọi người chờ mình tí. Cái sạc của mình nó bị lỏng hay sao ấy. Sạc lỏng thì máy vào chế độ saving chơi nó sẽ không được ấy, nó không được nhanh. Chưa? Tự dưng cái sạc bình thường có vậy đâu nhỉ? Chả hiểu sao tự dưng lại không khéo mua thêm cái sạc mới. Được chưa? Ôi dồi, hy vọng lần này được rồi. Không hiểu sao sạc laptop nó lại bị lỏng. Lần này chắc là được rồi đấy. Không chạm vào nó. Ok. Nào, chơi tiếp thôi nào. Yêu. Mình thì mình vẫn nghĩ là nếu mà để chọn thì nên chọn cái phương án nào mà nó lạc quan.
You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
7:30 rồi. Ok. Nào, dậy thôi nào. Từ từ, để xem nhá. Mình nghĩ là mình... từ. Có một cái skill. Từ. Bao nhiêu là nhiệm vụ đây? Không biết cái này là thứ tự là gì? Thôi rồi, bây giờ nhiệm vụ đầu tiên đi. Có cái office profile ở đây là mình à? Superstar cop à? Ôi dồi ôi, mình là kiểu cop cảnh sát nổi tiếng à? Cảnh sát nổi tiếng gì mà hèn thế? Communist 3, Fascist này, Good cop, Bad cop này, People kill case soul 216. Ôi dồi ôi, 18.500 ngành. Ok rồi. Gate told you some unruling. Ok. Cái này là giữa cuộc cạnh tranh giữa đội của mình và đội của cái thằng Kim. Someone using terminal B. À đây là vụ bán thuốc đây. Ồ, có 3 người. Hôm qua lần trước Châu chả làm nhiệm vụ gì cả, mọi người cứ đi loanh quanh bản đồ thôi. Ở đây, từ từ. Thôi đi ra. Ôi rồi.
Good going, buddy.
vừa có một giấc mơ rất đẹp. Trời ơi.
Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Ông này đang hỏi là chuyện gì xảy
You
ra với
mean,
mình.
why
Tại
are
sao
you so
mình lại
tired?
ngày nào
Too
cũng
tired and
mơ những mơ
down
kỳ
to even
quái.
think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell.
Ô này, hôm nay mở cửa rồi này. À, để trả lại bác này cái ấy, cái đồng tiền bác cho vay.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly, and through a PA system by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Who is mistakenly identified as a cop? You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation. Serves them right. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Rồi, lại có thêm một sing karaoke mới
Morning.
thôi.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head. Everything points to the dock workers union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Tức là bây giờ là mình phải nói chuyện với cái bọn công đoàn này bởi vì là hôm qua thì buổi lần trước mình đi thì tất cả mọi thứ là đều là liên quan đến cái bọn công đoàn này. Nào là cái kiểu cuộc giao dịch ở bến cảng này, rồi tình hình ở cái khu này.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway.
Không nói chuyện bọn nó chứ. Cả ngày hôm qua mình đã gọi là
What do you want to know? Good.
Over here.
Con này nó vừa gọi mình à?
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant.
Ô, chị này là chị làm
This
vườn.
isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace your...
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Ồ, tức là con này không phải là làm vườn mà nó là gì nhỉ? Tư vấn pháp luật cho bọn công đoàn.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Get sober. Do your job. Ask your questions and get the hell out of Martinez.
Chà, có vẻ có cái sự gọi là căng thẳng ở đây. Nào thì thôi thì ask.
This is where you say your bit.
Nào bắt đầu. Phỏng vấn.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T Hard. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat in the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Hình như là trong cái vết dấu chân có một thằng rất là nặng.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
Ồ, thế con này là người thứ tư, người thứ 8.
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him. But yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade! Right here in our bar!
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, Threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No, you're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one, and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? A representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms the others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Didn't they teach you anything at the...
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify any.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Composure 2. Okay, hold on. Where's the composer? Đây. Ôi đúng là cần phải có sức mạnh thật. Nào. Mình vẫn hơi sợ mọi người ơi. Chơi đi.
With numbers, asshole.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Chơi đi.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many... Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting.
Like what, Copper? How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for...
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the coalition. During the suzerain's reign...
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. Again.
Good one.
About fucking time.
Không được gì rồi. Ây dô. Đã tăng điểm cái compose rồi mà vẫn không được, trời ơi. 58 rồi đấy. 58 rồi mà vẫn không được. Ồ, auto save. Cay thật đấy. Cay thật đấy mọi người ạ. Để xem hệ thống nhiệm vụ nào. Từ xem mình có... trừ 1 điểm à? Cái này được điểm nhiệm vụ thôi. Chọn cái này đi. Và về sau là sẽ chọn mạnh vào gọi là sức mạnh và trí thông minh mọi người ạ. Mấy cái khác chả cần quái gì. Unbelievable, tao biết rồi. Cũ chưa qua, cũ lại tới. Ra tìm chỗ cái xác xem nào.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. The smell is repulsive. It... You feel a great force wringing from your stomach until a pool of vomit...
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Fritter store. Fritter store là gì? Đây à? Gì đấy? Fritter store là gì nhỉ mọi người nhỉ? Liệu vào gặp con kia nó có cho mình ammonia không?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I am not.
You could be lit.
Even...
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
So fucking what?
No, Glenn. They aren't.
This didn't. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl.
Không được rồi, hôm nay đến nó lại không ấy rồi. Khổ, để chắc là bây giờ phải đi tìm Fritter store là ở đâu. Tra thử nhá, tra thử xem Fritter store là cái gì nhá. Kiểu hàng bánh à? Cửa hàng bánh mọi người ạ. Đây là cửa hàng đây là cửa hàng sách. Cửa hàng bánh ở đâu nhỉ? Fritter store. đây đây đây, đúng không nhỉ? Giống cửa hàng hoa vậy.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store. I think they think that the extra tea makes it funkier.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Trời ơi, bọn này nó thực tế quá. Tại vì là có một cái công ty tên là Fritter Retail. Thành ra là để không bị gọi là bản quyền thì bọn nó phải thêm một chữ T vào nữa.
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got like famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No.
We are not the fashion police. We're the...
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She looks up from her magazine. Eyes.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself. A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She looks up from...
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know, really long? Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you...
Okay. Uh-huh.
A small cabinet on the wall. Their logo is the bloodless rose.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Dramamine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Wow, có nhiều quá ha. Cái này để tăng điểm moral này, mình đang ổn đó. Okay.
Okay. Don't, like, overdo. I don't know. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. No.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramamine heals +3.
St. Baptiste. You know, St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of St. Baptiste. That one.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derived... There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel, fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Tại sao mày lại muốn nói dối nhỉ? Ôi.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils as you push downward.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clues do you need? You already found a number. There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremity. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp, and an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more...
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and...
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need... Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grits.
I'm gone. joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. Go ahead, Coppo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west. The blue heart. Oh, that's good shit. You'll love it. Fuck it hard. Corpo.
He means force. It'll work.
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Here you go, you loony. Because you have. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just like me. Just keep drinking and having a good time. It's a matter of weeks.
Feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin above waist level, more like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his... Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration.
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh.
So, what do you think?
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he say? Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky. I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, cunt. It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. I agree.
His personality is no longer
totally dead.
Sure, the corpse looks by, oblivious. But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Of course. You have questions. Come back later, cop.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see you.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Someone else?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots?
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help. Climb up there and... There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished.
How do you plan to get him down, then?
Yeah, bang!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tuck. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's test position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps.
God damn it.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Kuno's sorry too.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just look.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him done. It's bad as it is. Go ahead.
This is the... Yeah, take it, you fucking banani poika! Take it and shoot!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light.
Lúc
Your
đầu định
fingers
cho
fit
thằng kia
right
thử
through
bắn,
the
xong
guard,
cuối cùng thằng kia nó bắn
instinctively
dốt
resting
quá.
on the trigger.
Thế là bây giờ mình sẽ phải bắn thử xem là như thế nào.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You go...
You'll feel the slow move.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Do it! Set me free!
You You feel as though it would be dangerous.
Don't.
Do it!
Intense shit, Copper.
Fucking waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
The lieutenant.
Fucking pussy didn't shoot shit!
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men.
The 15th Indo tribe. Because there was. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading...
Yes?
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
Not all of us.
No one's moving anywhere. Kuno knows where you sleep, but you and Kuno...
The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means...
One word out of you, pig shite.
You hear the Kuno?
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it? Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster dad. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants, believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
All right, Piggo, don't do business. As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels...
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my...
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his note.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno. The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give...
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding, right? Telling him you found out she isn't a gardener. You know what you should do if you want to get rewarded? Drugs. Drugs are more rewarding than work. Or alcohol, if you don't want to do drugs. Seems kinda boring now, going back to... What was this about?
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material.
The fuck are you talking about?
Trying to get you to talk gimp, Kuno. Don't talk.
In her eye. Fuck are you talking?
They're trying to make you feel...
You glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a... Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a...
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sir.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost.
Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Empathy. Cái này mình có thể
Kuno doesn't fuck.
Rồi, nhiều thế nhở. Vậy mình có thể xem là cái ok, bây giờ đến hỏi này. Có cả nhiệm vụ hát karaoke mới đau tôi. Ok, bây giờ đi tìm hiểu cái số series.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Làm gì nhỉ? Không biết rồi. Shortwave. Oh, radio. Okay, shortwave.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Third officer, what's the number? Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem.
No, and I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Gì nữa? Bây giờ đến cảng.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Đúng á, thằng này đúng không nhỉ?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on... What's it to you? No.
Every once in a while, the man has turned his attention.
Aster Jolie Maske. Go to have a get up.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics. electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Koikos. But now you will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be this man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Enough. Bring your the walls will be...
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. The best idea. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's elite.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of mythical technology and your sartorial. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on? Those are the Simonese, the Areopagites, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort. You know them by the name.
Maun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotvaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant. You're welcome.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take serious.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
The Vespertines and Messenians of the other overproduction, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retro. The Areopat, the latter.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a...
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white. Pinkness is the Koiko.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates? Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening.
The revolution is fatal, familial insomnia. A hereditary condition passed from the Koi. Enough of Tibet medical. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments. Lesser races like the Mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the Mosquito...
It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Sim? The Koiko, as you know, this will never happen. But enough. It is cruel to entertain us. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Thằng Kim này bảo rằng là có cách khác ngoài mà không cần trở thành gọi là một nhà chuyên gia về giới
Am I
giới
mildly
tính.
worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does... I cannot possibly imagine what else we
Đây là
have to
bây giờ cuối cùng.
discuss.
Cuối cùng thì cũng đến cả các
Your
câu
love
hỏi.
for this commute? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means.
Ồ, ông Claire này.
He has the will to confront political also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is, of course you are. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love? Oh, I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many. What you need is to come to terms with extinct.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist would...
That will be the...
He will grant us...
You're pedomorphic for...
The lieutenant.
You should keep him close. The congenital...
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic...
He had nothing to do with it.
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act.
The hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the Union alone. And now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman. Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. Find out for yourself.
Interesting.
Racists are generally not very good I am not like them. I am...
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes.
Babe, thanks. But I got this. There is nothing fun I cannot possibly imagine.
Này không phải là thích cái cổng vào đâu nhảy. Rồi. Bây giờ đâu xem nào. Go to the heart, ask the Jolly Maske about the armor. Jolly Maske à? Ai ta? Đây có mỗi thằng này. Mình không tới được cái thùng hàng kia này, chắc là phải qua được thằng kia thì mới tới được. Còn ở đây không?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? The little boy had to
đây
get me
chính là
into
thằng này.
trouble. To sick the pigs on me.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe,
Chính
you
là
know.
thằng này, yay.
Track it down, see who took
Oh,
it.
jolly, tức là vui vẻ. Tức là thằng Kuno bảo là mình lại đến cái cổng và nói chuyện với thằng là vui vẻ. Chính là thằng này.
Did you?
Và thằng này biết.
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the... I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Một cái.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces.
Ồ, may mình. Rồi, thằng kia nói dối.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno? Stay the fuck away from Kuno! You smell like bum shit! Kuno... What? Do you think Kuno's fucking 80 years old? Just because you get high off that shit doesn't mean Kuno has to fuck himself with trying to get a 12-year-old hooked on the shit shake?
Alcohol use has been declining in the under-16 bracket this past...
This pleases him.
Please don't waste time.
The lieutenant does not...
Don't listen to the blind. You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs, or cigarettes, or some wheels. Kuno could use some wheels. Motorized carriage shit. Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Can't believe...
Ơ, Dương bảo là quay trở về nói. Confront him này.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Khoai nhảy. À đây. Advanced Race Theories. Có thể bây giờ ra kiểu sách đi. Có đồ gì mới à?
An intricate web of... It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. For you to discover, someone who knows about history could tell. Gone. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian.
Oh, Man from Hjelmdal. A very popular series of adventure novels. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab them. What does it matter? They're all the same. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman, The Man from Hjelmdal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Đúng nhở? Cái quyển này là cái quyển mà thằng kia nó...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian.
Không đủ tiền. Bây giờ phải đi bán sách à? Làm nào để kiếm tiền bây giờ? Ôi, cháu xin lỗi cô nhá.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Nope, still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
Sure, let me have a look. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. Hello again. How can I help you?
Nghèo quá, làm thế nào để kiếm tiền bây giờ? Thôi cô ơi, cháu xin lỗi cô nhá.
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Cháu đang nghèo quá.
Another time, perhaps.
Trời ơi, vẫn chưa đủ tiền.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Damn it. Bây giờ gọi hay là gọi đến văn phòng của mình nhỉ? Phải xin tiền chứ không tình hình này chết. Nghèo quá, kiếp đỏ đen, làm thế nào bây giờ để kiếm tiền? Ôi giời ơi. Đi làm nhiệm vụ.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voice is fake.
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Great. Have a medal. I have an autopsy to it.
Fucking, I'm not dead. It just hurts, okay?
And you survived it. Even better. Anything else? Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Okay.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over. 10-4.
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't fucking know where he...
Seems like it, sir.
No, fuck him.
Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over. 10.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things were understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Ôi, có ai cho tôi tiền không? Hay là ra nói chuyện với con bé con xem là nó có cho mình gọi là giảm giá.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, maybe you're interested in books? Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Yes, help me. No one.
She doesn't really want to be this. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read. It is. I know you are. What with?
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It's...
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now?
Where is this going, officer?
Yes, but... I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time. No. Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch.
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
What? Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jambro. They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Jamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party.
Những cái sự lựa chọn ở trong này vô duyên vãi. Ý là kiểu gặp một phụ nữ, không biết người ta là ai, xong tự xưng hỏi là chồng mày có phải đang mất tích không? Xong hết hỏi chồng thì hỏi đấy là con mày có phải đang mất tích không?
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunt it down.
A killer party? What is it with you and Pulp Staples, my god?
Okay, it must be asked then. What are you doing here? Why are you pursuing this?
I don't mean to disrespect.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I don't even have a cockatoo.
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Great. Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so in.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Please, let's do.
Her hands move over the book covers. The woman before you nods. The woman before... These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name.
Oh, crime, robberies. You're a police officer, apparently.
Note, reading about Dick Mullen would not actually make you a crime fiction. These books greatly over. What's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officers. You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart a killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the yes, Tragedy calls. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of famous...
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's a very influential... The book is also very daring. The author aims, perhaps for a layman...
Do her words seem vague?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least...
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. Browsing through, suddenly, high-speed love. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Oxid. Next to that...
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Several maps have been... The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Mart. This large map displays Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, disintegrating into map. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. In a book, you can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black lost little pearl. 850. The ocean breaks apart, connections to other worlds. You have little idea what they are. Distant star, perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and the north coast to the east, rolling Hudon. It's so small you can't even... No, this is somewhere to be. It's not really a map. It's a tourist. Still, it's detailed.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the... They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map from when some design studio people tried...
The place does not look...
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime.
Sir, please, no browsing. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Amidst these three things are very important. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to... It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that wholeness, unity, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using... This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every part. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, the book contains descriptions of various pseudo-scientific therapies. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venic or hand broom made from. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail, and among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable. Is it any more improbable than anything else for general health and well-being? These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body. This is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I'm...
You see a set of...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the...
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular... This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against inhabitants of Ile de Fanton. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to... Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only... No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told... You do? My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Talking is always good. Go see what she had. There is something mysterious about the curtain. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if...
Welcome to... Be welcome. And please, take responsibility. Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Exactly. In this kind of business relationship...
We wouldn't want that.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. Just let it go, officer. Go buy...
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
Có vẻ như là hôm lần trước chơi thì các bé đứng ngoài cửa bảo rằng là bởi vì là có những cái cửa hàng nào ấy mà thuê cái chỗ này ấy, thì đều là phá sản, cho nên là chắc là bà này phải kiểu như là lập một cái đền à.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease. Eating, it's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I...
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear. Oh, this! No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. You're right. A bookstore wasn't even my original plan. I actually wanted to sell esoteric paraphernalia to help to balance out this neighborhood's dark energies. My husband suggested otherwise. He said it's less stupid, but being cultured doesn't offer any protection against the curse, does it? Maybe I shouldn't have listened to him after all. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into...
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit.
A part of hers too, clearly.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe. She's looking for one. But there simply aren't any good arguments for being an ass.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull...
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Anne.
Oh, well, my mother was...
My husband is completely different, of course.
She's been too busy helping me here. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back...
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No, he made the initial investment.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Exactly.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman looks...
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why do you... Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're...
You look like one. Hey now, hey, hey, hey. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. Go ahead then, rock her world. he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
How do you...
Here we go.
You're part Simonese. Oh, but I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The end...
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barracked some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite
Unbelievable darkness. What you discover?
Còn 5 xe nữa thôi là đủ. Đi đâu làm gì? Tôi thấy tôi tối nay còn không biết có tiền để đi ấy không. Cái nước này, Lonesome Home này. Ô, cái tiền này quan trọng này mà. Bonus 10 sen. Forget nhá.
Can I help you? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Your body is ready, sire.
Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time? And your... Another thing. Yes?
Yes?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Bí quá cả nhà ơi.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. Oh, excuse me. Do you have something?
Mình không còn. Thôi rồi, đi tìm hỏi chuyện về vụ drug đi.
A lorry stuck in the traffic. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial... The back end of the cabin has a small perch to... A book with ragged edges catches your notice.
Oh, đây.
The front cover features a large, muscular man.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Không, cái này rồi xem rồi.
Looking for something? Isn't it? Is just follows us?
Yes.
Looks like his tribe are natural.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Guess so.
Still here, stuck in this damn...
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by...
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, until you came along, that is. This.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide-brim hat. His hair is dark.
He was the biggest star of...
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only...
Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. They're beautiful.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought.
I wasn't dreaming. Well, you, people.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive...
Why not, Harry?
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, The boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence Franco Negro, which happened.
It was. And perhaps it was another Jerife who came and woke me up, looking at my boot.
As she says, Carnival, she just...
I could have told you that from just looking at them.
The feet of a little girl. Diamonds. Of course not. Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Oh, it's so much more.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible...
Then it's contraband, Loman. What?
Bad hand. Hermenegildos' bad hand. Strangled 300.
Of course not.
A boyadero, boya for short, is a cow herder from upstream Magritte. The Great Steppes.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promised. Of course not.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
No. The boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the most beautiful.
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Nothing.
He doesn't want your frail mind.
Oh, don't worry. Lomonosov's lamp, the Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my help.
A correct appraisal.
Is that all you woke me up to say? What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great advert. If you don't know,
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
why would I want to do that? Loman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, Loman? It's diamonds, Loman, obviously. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Diamonds are good for you, Loman. Where do you want me to go? This is... Or I can just...
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go.
Quay trở lại. Đây có thằng à? Có người à?
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind? Ah, man. But those days are behind me.
We have a
Not me, man. No way. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire. very stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see...
Likely, yes.
Chỗ này không có thằng nào lo rờ khác.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted again. Because there's a secret door hidden. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Ồ. Ồ. Ồ, từ. Ồ, quá mọi người ơi. Ý. Wow, trên này rộng quá. Chờ một tí. Đi toilet một tí nhanh.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
안녕하세요. đây. Tôi đã trở về rồi.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time. His eyes trace the crane's contour, as if trying to memorize.
Yes, we were in the middle of something. Your cloak. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well...
The cloak looks like a bag of good...
I was under the... Or it could be that we had just...
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Đủ tiền mua ấy rồi. Trời ơi, cái thót kia hay quá. Cái thót gì mà cứ 10 sen một đi. Trời ơi, tiền của này được đấy. Nhặt được tiền tiếp này.
Be still, The lieutenant isn't. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. But that there was an interesting find. An alternative path into the harbor, that the kid uses.
Đủ tiền rồi, ta mua sách thôi.
Yes?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Math. It's really difficult. Oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more... Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Hi, Ace.
The display rack is brimming with water.
Oh, yes, certainly. Another good sale.
Nào, quay trở về tập phòng Kuno nào. Tao tốn một đống tiền cho mày đấy nhá.
Have you come to make your offering to... Kuno doesn't fucking read. Kuno knows this four-eyed fuck.
Who are you talking?
A guy Kuno knows.
This boy of 12 does not know anyone from Grad, sire. We suspect the boy himself might be this mystery Martin.
The fuck do you know what Kuno wants or knows, huh? Sure. Have you come to make your offering to Kuno? Kuno knows this.
Who are you
A guy Kuno knows.
This boy of 12 does not know.
Fine. Kuno's gonna take it off your fat ass. At least he's gonna make some paper off this shit. Now what you want? So? Fuck? Okay.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. You got fucked after this shit.
Yeah, real interesting.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Pig, that's the past. You and Kuno are now. Let's talk about how you opened the secret door, fucking at Kuno's kingdom. And then what? You fucking there. You fucking...
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer. Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that. Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Yet, that conclusively explains how the coke got up there.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got a fly, pig. Not for you, pig. Kuno can't wait to see you.
Kuno can't wait to...
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. Just relax. The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your... The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know. Without resistance, 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Cái này là lần trước khi mà mình bị mất bộ nhớ là mình chơi đây rồi.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum, a touch of cinnamon, familiar handwriting. A young woman in her 20s. There is care. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter, so you could throw it away, please. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs, and the sparks fall like snow from the boat. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what?
Detective is...
Lần trước cũng bị ngất đi, xong đến đây mình tưởng là mình kiểu chết trở lại từ đầu ấy, nó không phải.
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, bro. Well, that's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion.
The coal.
Here in the bay, because it's always there.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing. Don't prod at it. There is no Voyager road. Yeah, man. What was that about? You think they would let you? And
Yes.
Its delicious glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. The upholstery.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery,
Drink.
with greedy gulps.
What happened? You were reading your 10 minutes, maybe. Right. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of... Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The two octopuses are smiling. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who do you think? It's slightly, ever so slightly. Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Look at yourself. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. A little. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules. You didn't log that in as a donor. Yeah, you're sure. Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave. The guardsman has said, boo-hoo. Look, the immigrants, our tax is almost non-existent in the Gotham estate. That is Revachol. You and I both, 98% of all your money. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? What are you, a racist? This guy's appropriating the emerging Boogie Street lingo as part of his sales pitch for... Yeah, ain't it cool, Ryder? Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
I was under the assumption we could, or it could.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Dễ mà. Để lại đi. Trông nó ngắn ngủn thế này.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Shit. Trời ơi, trông nó thấp tè thế này mà thằng này.
Nope, no. You could have died there.
Hey, what? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Are you
Logic error.
pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Then why you sneak? Trying to sneak up? Trying to sneak up on me?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. The police. Everyone knows the police. No. Go check the backyard door.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance.
Madame!
There is no reply.
There must be another way into the building.
I can't get involved in this.
East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial.
Đi đâu làm gì nữa đây? Is that Claire? Claire phải cái con kia không nhỉ?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. Sadly, I need this one. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass. On the contrary, officer. There are yet camionneurs you have not talked to. And don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it would be strange if Wild Pines didn't have eyes on the harbour.
They must have someone in an...
I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the... Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Of course. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous foreman.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed, the point of the presentation...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Everard? Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever... Have you seen him? Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except it's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. Of course. Mr. Clare, fuck off, midget. Go. Yes. They're a leaf every work.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Fortunate, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by... There, I'm not sure. And now...
Excuse me, from...
I first heard...
This checks out. No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the Wild Pines group has more effective channels of information.
The scabs? You mean the huddled... if they were...
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
I'm glad you...
This...
Yes. Does it? The point of...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just...
Of course. How else can I help?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Chưa ấy đâu. Khó quá. Ây ô.
I've got nothing to say to you.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Speak Revacholian? We speak Suren.
The cook...
Good thing he didn't understand a word of your...
He looks up at you. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. You see a heavy steel door. The door does not budge. The cobalt, it leads to a side building.
Just a moment.
She's agitated.
And there's no pub.
The closest phone booth is down.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get... The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were. I was also.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't. You have more important.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know.
Oh, yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience.
That's one opinion.
She's used to playing off such...
My apologies.
It's not a hobby, dear. Searching for such species.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on... She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are...
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin. Well?
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame.
The lieutenant pulls out his note.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. We hit it off and...
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Just some field work, sweetie, but they should have returned by now.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, Gary's as loyal as they come. Oh my. What happened to the waterlock? Well, whatever the cause...
You're welcome.
I hate to ask, but if you're investigating...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoology. Yes, some left...
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, sweetie,
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well...
Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. Here comes...
Where other phasmids imitate sticks, or hence its name...
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing...
It's not made up of... It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They... Of course, most phasmids...
Enthusiasm was what...
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how... Oh, dear. Morel can explain it all much better. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One.
He nods. Cryptid's cryptid. Ooh, tough choice there.
That would be. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur. No one knows. The towering lumen.
Who are you? No one.
That's what there are.
Great. Gravity anomaly.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
The lieutenant pauses.
Ah, fuck it.
Well, the bacterial colony. Michenu disappeared short. Yes, the bacteria.
It's actually a little hard to
Toàn nói
see.
về cái con
But
gì.
do go on.
Không hiểu con gì ấy là một cái gì đấy cổ xưa ấy. Ây, trời ơi.
Yes, we can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wild. The gnome? Oh, yes. No, it was reportedly a couple of campers. It still took the.
If the body of the creature...
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it instead. All the venom leaked out of the creature's.
Alas. Always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
I understand your skepticism, but that's what happens with things that are rare and... What an interesting question.
Of course. All fairy tales have... Okay.
It's the Coldamama.
Coldamama Dakwa.
Yes. Although
Fine, I'll bite.
many scientists have asked the same questions. It could be. As I said, it could be plenty. When playing back recordings they had made, the scientists, they realized that sequester time, just that is, they tried to
They cancel each other.
Exactly.
Great regret washes over.
After that, the court.
Of course. A common thread in these.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear.
You know...
Of course, officers. Of course, dear.
Ôi ôi ôi. Ai. Không chết à? Làm phụ mà cái gì vậy?
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Oh, the photic paths, counter radiant.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
Another time, perhaps.
I doubt it, but I can try and the corp ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colours.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
G'day to you, officers.
A rusting this panel. You pull the lever all the way up. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original. Wasn't there a sign over there saying you pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks and nothing happens? A spring brings the lever back to its original. Wasn't there a sign? A crumpled billboard reading Samaran Bus. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the Samaran Butter billboard within the past 72 hours. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along. There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tire. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive. The Linear G22 is not a particularly popular model, due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long. You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you.
Any theories about what happened here? What kind of car do you think it was? That's quite likely, from what I can tell. We're not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Somewhere in the depths of your alcohol-addled soul, you find a few threads that you can weave.
The tip-top tourney champion?
The lieutenant patiently listens to the words coming.
Jumping canals at night? If I was Jacob Irv, I wouldn't drive in Martinez. The roads are awful. In conclusion, it's a colorful theory, but I don't believe Jacob Irv did this. Should we go? If we must.
I'm not expecting him to get far with it.
Yes?
Nhiệm vụ càng ngày càng dài mọi người ạ. Thằng này thằng bán quần áo.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind? Ah, man. But those days are behind me.
We have a credit.
Not me, man. No way. Look, man.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Ah, man. But those days.
We have a.
Not me, man. No way. Gotta guard the stuff.
A rhymesmith.
Look, man. I try to.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire. Wait. There's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts.
Whoa. What else? Silent communion. That's good. Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself. No matter. Just messing with you. They're more often in the fists than rhyme.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Ah, man. But
we have a.
Not me, man. Look, man.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Đi đâu làm gì bây giờ? Ồ, thứ tư à? Nó là ngày mai. Từ từ, để quay lại để thông báo với ông kia là vợ ông ấy đang chờ cái ông ở đối diện bến cảng. À chắc phải chờ đến ngày mai. Ai ai ai, thế làm cái gì tiếp theo bây giờ? Bây giờ chắc là mình ok, bây giờ thử quay trở về khách sạn và hỏi cái con kia xem, cái con ở trên tầng trên xem là nó có biết súng của mình ở đâu không.
Was that? Could it be the Coldamama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your There seems to be. Lena also said that it couldn't be.
No, I don't hear the.
Of course he doesn't. There it is. It must be. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder. Oh no. No. Too late. Keep your ears peeled then. If the species.
Cái con đấy như là cái con mà kiểu hiếm của hiếm mà thằng kia nó nói. À không phải, cái con mà chồng bà kia đi à? Em gái xinh xinh em mới đi đâu nhỉ? Làm sao để lên được trên này?
The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you. He doesn't like where this is going. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. I hope you were able to palm that old... Oh, that's very thoughtful of...
She really would have rather had even the lieutenant.
Now, what else, sweetie?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring.
To work! Right to...
Not before. He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
Hola, Wandering Man. Okay.
Không biết phải làm gì nữa.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Ôi, mệt quá rồi. Mày chơi này thôi mọi người ạ. Ây ô, bị tịt rồi, không biết đi đâu nữa. Đi đâu về đâu. Chơi mấy tiếng rồi, chắc cũng đến lúc mình cần phải đi nghỉ ngơi. Hôm sau chơi tiếp nha. Phải ngồi nghĩ xem là làm thế nào để có thể phá đảo, hay là phải chờ đến ngày hôm sau. Chứ còn ngày hôm nay là coi như là không được gì rồi đấy. Ok, BB mọi người, chờ cũng nhiều quá rồi. Tách chiên. Chơi 3 tiếng 34 phút kinh thật.